Hi, 8th grade. So today we're going to be continuing working on equations. We're just building it a step further. So we're starting to add in decimals. This is building us up to that equation to retake the equation from our benchmark, which we have as our exit ticket today. So this will be our last day of practicing equations. All right, so we have two sides of this equation and we're trying to simplify the two sides of the equation before we start solving. So looking at the left side of the equation, can you simplify this side of the equation? Yes, we can simplify by distributing our 4/10. 4/10 times 6. We can multiply out. You don't need to line up your decimal. You get 2.4 because you have one decimal here, 0 decimals there. So we have 2.4, or 2 4/10, plus 0.4, 4/10 times 3. If we multiply 4/10 times 3, we get 1. 3 times 4 is 12. We had 1 decimal here, 0 decimal here, 1.2, or 1 2/10 x. So 2 4/10 plus 1 2/10 x equals, and then we need to do the same thing on the other side. We're multiplying negative 2/10 times 4. What's negative 2/10 times 4x? Negative 8/10 x. And then we're multiplying negative 2/10 times negative 24. We'll get plus, because a negative times a negative is a positive, 4 8/10. All right, so now here's the equation that we're dealing with. 2 4/10 plus 1 2/10 at x equals 8/10 x plus 4 8/10. Can either side of this equation be simplified anymore? No. So what can we do now? We want to move our x's onto one side because we want to get all of our x's together. Which x's do I want to move? Do I want to move the 1 2/10 x or the 8/10 x? I want to move my smaller one. So I'm going to add 8/10 x to both sides. Now I have 2 4/10 plus, this becomes 2 0/10 x equals, this becomes 0, positive 4 8/10. This 2 0/10 can be simplified to just 2. And now I'm still trying to get that x by itself, so I can subtract 2 4/10 on both sides. You'll end up with 2x equals 2 4/10. Finally, you need to divide by 2. So we have 2 4/10 divided by 2. We do top in, bottom out. 2 goes into 2 one time. Bring down the 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times. Bring up your decimal. X equals 1 2/10 is your final answer. I know these equations are really, really tough, but it's okay. They should be challenging as long as you guys are trying and making sure you're checking your work. We're only going to do one more because these equations are so long. All right, so let's start by looking at our left side and see what can we do to simplify. Is there anything that we can do with the 3 6/10? Nope, not yet. But we can distribute this. So I need to distribute this entire thing. It's a negative 6/10. So I'm distributing the negative 6/10 to the 6 and to the 3x. So I keep my 3.6, my 3 6/10. Then I do negative 6/10 times positive 6. Negative 6/10 times positive 6 will give us negative 3 6/10. So I have 3 6/10 minus 3 6/10. Now I'm doing my 6/10 times 3x. So that's negative 6/10 times 3, which will give you negative 1 8/10. So So then I do minus 1 and 8/10. Don't forget to include your x. And that's my left side of the equation. Is there anything I can simplify on my right side of the equation? No. All right, now looking back at this side of the equation, what can I simplify even further? I can combine my like terms. Do I have any like terms with my x? No, but I do have two constant like terms. So I have 3 6/10 minus 3 6/10. What's 3 6/10 minus 3 6/10? It's 0, so it cancels each other out. So now I'm just left with this. What type of equation is this? Can anybody tell? What type of equation is this? Let's continue solving to check. If we add 1 and 8/10 x, this becomes 0, this becomes 0. I'll end up with 0 equals 2 and 4/10. Is that a solution? Do I have x equals something down here? No, and this is never, 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 never true. So no matter what value you put in place of x, that will never be true. So the answer is no solution. You guys only have 2 practice problems today, 1 practice problem, 1 graded problem. Go ahead and finish it up. I will definitely be grading the problem on the bottom of the exit ticket today, so make sure you finish it. Good luck.